What's up now, friends, and welcome to the video. I have like the smallest cold. Sorry if my voice sounds weird. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you, sorry, I'm just playing ball of ghost. I'm going to be doing my baby shower nails that are also my maternity photo nails. So my friends got me a maternity session, and this is some of the photos and how they turned out, which was so nice of them, because I wasn't going to do that. So for them to do that for me was like really special. And then I didn't know what I was going to wear, so I decided to go with like a periwinkle blue and floral, because I did know that my sister wanted me to wear something floral for my baby shower. So I was like, okay, baby is a boy, gonna do blue, gonna do floral. So I was looking through my decals and I found some like periwinkle colored like blue and purpley flowers. So I decided to pair 2 nails, floral, 3 nails, like a periwinkle with glitter. I didn't have my dress yet, so I was like, well, this might not match like what I end up finding. But I did go shopping one day and I found this dress that was like pretty much perfect. It was like really fit nicely, was really flowy. Can wear it again after pregnancy because it was like only tight in the top and then flowy on the bottom. It's really good. It matched like perfectly, like matched the flowers perfectly. I was like, wow, it's meant to be. So I had a really fun time at my baby shower. My sister and my friends planned it, so I had such a good time. It was a tea party theme. So these nails went really well with the dress and the theme. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to do it in real time, and let's get started. To start this video, this is what my nails look like. I kind of removed my past set, soaked them off, and filed them. So now we're going to start with pushing the skin back and working on prep. So you're kind of pushing the skin back while lifting it up off the nails, and that way you can get close application of your acrylic. So I push the skin, and I'm using the back of the tool to scrape that cuticle skin that's stuck on my nail off. And I just gently do that around all the nails. You don't want to cut yourself or be rough. You just want to gently scrape this up. And then I'm going to be using tools with my e-file to help get the rest of it off. I'm going to go and take this bit, and I'm just going around the cuticle area, and I'm just gently filing off that cuticle skin. So you want to be gentle with this. This is super gentle bit. And I'm just going down the one side to start, and then I usually reverse my e-file and go down the other side as well. This e-file bit is from Get Buffed Pro. I really like their e-file bits. So I'm just gently again going around. This is a bit without the pointy piece, so you won't cut your client or anything. It's just really gentle again. Going around the cuticle area, getting all that skin, because the skin that's stuck on your nail plate will cause lifting. And then I'm just taking this ball bit and I'm just going around, smoothing everything out, starting in the center and moving that skin out of the way while smoothing it out. So it'll get any kind of dry pieces that are sticking up. You can kind of see it kind of buffs everything out of the way. It's just a really great bit to use. I also get this from Get Buff Pro. And like I said, I do turn my e-file on reverse and go down the other side as well. So I'm just going to show you that with this bit. So I just pressed reverse on my e-file, and then I'm going down the other side. These are the tips I'm going to use. Really like these ones for doing almond shape. So they're like a long stiletto shape, but they fit really flush on the natural nail, and they shape into almonds really nicely. And right now I like wearing almond shape. The glue I'm currently using is one from Amazon. I will link it in my storefront. It dries pretty quickly, so you don't have to sit there for too long holding the nail in place. In a lot of videos when I do my own nails, I do like to dehydrate and prime before doing my clear base. I just don't really love to shape the nails without a base on first, but it's just personal preference. It's just what I like to do. So I've applied my dehydrator first, and then I'm going in with my primer. Avoid touching the skin with these products. This is acid-free primer. I'm just applying it close, and then just on my natural nail. This doesn't have to go on the enhancement. Then we're going to add my clear base. I'm just applying clear acrylic down, using my brush to push it towards the cuticle area, and then blending this down that tip. The brush I am using is the Ugly Duckling brand, size 10. I really like this brush. So place that down. This doesn't have to be perfect. I am going to file these. This will just help with my base and my strength for filing my tips into an almond shape. And if I wanted to come do a new set after this, like a fill, I could file it down to this clear base and restart without leaving too much colored acrylic behind. Now that it's dry, I snip off the tip for how long I think I'm going to want them. So snip, and then I use a hand file to file them into the almond shape that I like. So this is the length I like, and then I take my file and I go up and under, and then I try to match it on the other side. So everything I do on one side, I do on the other side as well. I go back and forth, up and under on one side, kind of shaping it tapered to start, and then I will round out my tip. So don't file into where your natural nail is. Do you guys see I kind of lift up when I get close? Because then you will get a weird wonky shape when you look at it from the side. So you can see it's already getting to that almond shape. I just have to work on it, taper it, round out the tip, and that's how I do it. Just back and forth until I have a nice even almond shape. I'm trying to delete anything in the video that's not in frame or is blurry, so I did this also on the pointer finger, but it was blurry. So I'm applying this kind of off-white that has like a shimmery blue to it. It's really pretty. All over, really thin on the ring finger and the pointer finger. So this nail did crystallize a bit, which is something I didn't think about. That means that my product was a little too cold. So you can see right at my cuticle area, I have some crystallization of my clear base. I should have put my heater on because the room was slightly cold, and it did affect my right hand, which then kind of changed the way my nails turned out. But I am happy with how they turned. I'll talk about that in a bit. So now I'm applying this close to the cuticle area, using my brush to push the product up close, not overlapping the skin, but if you do, wipe your brush, clean it off, and then swipe carefully. You don't want to get monomer on your skin because you don't want to create any allergic reactions. So let's try to be careful when applying our product and try to avoid the skin. I mean, no one's perfect. You're going to sometimes do that. So try your very best to apply as clean as you can. So I just use my other nail on my other hand to try to just make sure that nothing was attached to my skin there. So this is nice and thin because I am going to be adding duckles on that. On 3 of the nails, I am doing this beautiful periwinkle bluey purple color. It does marble a little bit, so you have to kind of work with it and like pull it down, and you can see that marbling kind of goes away. So I place that in the center of the nail, work it to the side walls, and then use my brush to pull it down the nail. And then I'm applying my cuticle bead, bending my nail and finger downward so the product doesn't seep into my cuticle or my side walls. And then I'm using the tip of my brush to try to get as close as I possibly can. Application. And then before it dries, I like to pull the product down. So get close and then swipe down. Wipe and clean off brush, push it in there, and then blend that down, swiping that down. So I really did like the way this looked, but because I was doing my right hand too, because I was doing both hands, sometimes I can really not do the, like, I try my absolute hardest, but sometimes when I'm doing my dominant hand with my non-dominant hand, I find it really hard to get the cuticle area nice and clean. So I decided to add some glitter, hoping that if I do make a mistake on my right hand, that the glitter would kind of hide any kind of errors. But I ended up applying really nicely on my other hand as well, so I didn't really need it. But you know what? The more glitter, the better. So I'm just showing you guys that again, applying the product, swiping it down, and then I'm going to apply at the cuticle area. A bead, clean off my brush, bend my finger downward, push the product towards the cuticle area, clean my brush, and try to gently push that in. Again, I touched the skin there, so I'm going to clean my brush, wipe it off, and try my best not to do that. I missed a little spot there. I'm applying a little more, dab that on, clean off brush, and just swipe that over. Now I'm going to add my glitter just at the cuticle area, place that down, and kind of pat the product and then fade it down. Here are the decals I was looking at. So there's kind of like some periwinkle and blue, some butterflies. I struggled a lot with this. I really should have done this on top or glued them down. Instead, I just tried to put them on the dry acrylic, and I found it was really difficult. If you tried to touch it too many times, they'd come up. It was super annoying. So I used some tweezers to pick them off the paper, and then you can see they get stuck to my finger immediately. I was like, this is gonna take me forever. So this is my biggest issue I had, was trying to get the decals on. How do you guys do decals? I wanted to inlay them, so I thought this would be a good idea, but I feel like it maybe wasn't the smartest idea. Maybe finishing the nails, putting the decals on, and then using, see, look, I even just trying to cut them made them come off. Maybe using like a clear builder in a bottle gel and then a top coat so that they wouldn't like come up at all. I don't know. What do you guys do? Let me know down in the comment section so I can try that differently next time, because I really struggled. You can see I've tried a few different ones and I was like, what is happening? So now I am encapsulating just quickly. This, I'm not creating my apex. I'm just going over top of the decals so I don't bonk them and have them come off while I do the decals on the other fingers. So just encapsulating quickly. And this will show me any shiny spots, which means isn't covered by the clear. And then I was gonna encapsulate everything again and go over it. So anything that's shiny means it wasn't encapsulated and you would file it. So I'm applying this, fading it down, covering up my decals to keep them in place, which this didn't ruin my decals at all. So if you're wondering, like, will the monomer melt the decals or change the color? Like, no, they lasted 3 weeks and looked amazing the whole time. Nothing happened. I just wanted them to stay in place. So I'm going to leave that, and then I did the decals on the other finger and struggled just as long and just as hard. So after I got all the decals in place, I go ahead and encapsulate everything. I apply a big bead in the center of the nail. Again, go to the sides and then swipe this down, trying to get full coverage of encapsulation so I don't fall into my colored acrylic. And then I will do the cuticle area and create an apex. Make sure everything is nice and even. I like to apply as smooth and evenly as possible so that when I do have to finish file at the end, I don't have a lot of work to do. I can just finish file carefully and gently, and yeah, then like I don't like to make it too thick or apply too much product or do anything that's going to compromise finish filing. I want finish filing to be easy. So the more you practice applying smooth and evenly and the right thickness, the easier finish filing is in the end. So I apply that, take a look, try and make sure it's nice and even. You can see the shininess on the decal finger, so we are going to add more product to that at some point, but right now I think I'm just encapsulating those other nails. So here I am coming back to add more product to create an apex on those decal nails and cover up any shiny spots, like I said, that will show, any shiny spots that will, like you'll file into your decals and ruin your design. So I found that when I was doing the clear on my right hand, I did have some crystallization on the blue nails, which kind of like didn't look as good. So I ended up using a hollow top coat on those nails, and it kind of blended and hid the crystallization. So if you ever notice crystallization in your clear base like I did, you need a heater in your room. Like your room is too cold and it's going to crystallize. So I should have done that and I wasn't thinking. And I always find that working too cold ruins everything. So heater it up if you don't want crystallization. It was really annoying to deal with. I kept trying to file it out. It just wouldn't go away. I wonder if you guys can see it. It's on my middle finger there. And my thumb, I had it on. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish file these. I'm using this pointy small carbide bit, and I'm just going around the cuticle area with this to start, just debulking that area. Like I said, I tried to apply nice and even so that I have minimal finish filing to do, and I can do a lot of it by hand. So after that, I'm going to take my hand file. I'm going around the cuticle area. I'm going to go up and under the nail and at the tip and just file these until I'm happy with the shape. Don't overfile, don't press too much. I'm using a 240 grit to do a lot of my finish filing because I really don't want to take a lot of product off. And I'm just going around everything, keeping my apex in place, smoothing everything out, making sure I don't file into my decals. When I'm happy with that, I cleansed everything, wiped off all the dust, and now we are doing top coat. So I did want the two nails with the decals to be matte. So I'm using Ugly Duckling's matte top coat. This is one of the best matte top coats. It is like really matte. So I'm applying this on those two nails and curing that, and then I'm going to go in with a hollow top coat on the other nails. And this hollow top coat is so pretty, has some, silver hollow sparkles in it. Just really added everything together. And the thing is, the dress I ended up picking had subtle like silver sparkles in it. So I was like, wow, these nails really just went well with my outfit. So I'm going to apply that on all the all the other nails, and that helped camouflage the crystallization. I gave that a full cure. Added some cuticle oil and washed my hands. And here is the finished set. This is them in the shade. Super pretty. And then this is them with that sparkle in the sunshine. I loved them so much. I had so much fun at doing this set. I really enjoyed the way they turned out. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. And please comment down below how you apply your decals and what you do to make them last and not take forever to put on. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, click the bell next to it to be notified when I post, and I will see you next time. Bye!